you're watching this video because you know exactly what is going on right now. Japanese Sun and Moon seal prices are going through the roof. I don't know why. This video is not to talk about why it's happened, because I don't know. There's loads of different theories and all of them could be true. I really don't know if it's one thing, if it's multiple things that's made this happen, whatever. That's a whole nother discussion. What I want to talk about today is what you can do about it. So the Sun and Moon boat hasn't sailed, but it's sailing at the moment. It's rising at just a crazy rate. Never seen growth like this with Japanese Sun and Moon. Since September 2022, month on month, prices have risen for these boxes, but only by like 1 or 2%, or like between 1 and 10% a month, right? It's nothing like ridiculous. Until now, where boxes have tripled, quadrupled, and just fucking gone crazy. What can you do about that? Well, if you didn't know, there is a generation that came out after Sun and Moon. It's called Sword and Shield. These boxes are still very affordable for the most part. Arguably much better as well. So, although you're angry that you missed out on Sun and Moon and you didn't pick up this box, you didn't pick up this box, you didn't pick up this box, there is something you can do about it. Without fucking going broke. You can go and buy Sword and Shield boxes that are really good, that are still really cheap. If you're not doing that, I don't know what you're doing, because when those ones go up, you're going to be saying the same thing again. And then your option is going to be buying the Scarlet Violet boxes that are cheap. Get ahead of yourself, take emotions out of it, think logically, like, right, if Gen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 have all gone up in value as time has gone by, what's going to happen to Gen 8, which is arguably one of the best generations ever? Come on, simple. This is my opinion, by the way. I can't say this is going to happen because fuck knows. Gen 8, I don't know, it could all go to below retail somehow. I don't know how they do that, but it could happen. So be wary, do your own research, make your own decisions. But I'm very confident that Gen 8 is going to do just as well as Gen 7 in the long run. Probably even better. So I'm really happy to, you know, have these Sword and Shield boxes for still retail, some of them up to like £100 in that sort of range, because there's some banging sets there that are so cheap, in my opinion. Now, Sun and Moon, what's going to happen? So depending on how genuine this interest is, depending on how much of it is organic and how much of it is manipulation, there will be a retrace, I believe, on Japanese Sun and Moon, including sealed, because when the pops are so high for the chase cards, they will eventually, when they're not being hyped up anymore, they will fall in value, at which point so should the box, because the box is comprised of these chase cards. If the chase cards plummet and the box stays really high, no one's going to buy it to open it, and because no one's buying it to open it, it's not running out as quick as it was. It's not becoming rare at the same speed it was. So if you believe that these waifu cards, these alternate arts, are overpriced at the moment, then be careful buying sealed boxes at this price too. Because, yeah, the box is inevitably going to get more scarce as boxes get opened, but why would you open a box if everything inside has lost value? So that's something to think about. So I'm not buying Japanese Sun and Moon boxes at the moment, unless I see one with like a really old price tag, like pre-May 2023. If I see anything for that sort of price, yeah, it'd be silly not to pick it up. But I'm not going to be spending £750 on a Dream League box. That's just not going to happen. So this is what I'm saying to you right now. You have the choice at the moment to get involved with Sword and Shield. You know, don't, just because you're pissed off that you missed Sun and Moon, don't then cut yourself off from doing well with Sword and Shield, in my opinion. This happens every 3 years. From the last few years I've been doing this. So when Sword and Shield came out, you had about a 3-month window to pick up Japanese XY boxes. After about 3 months, people realised, hold on, this is 2 generations old, and it's obviously just going to keep getting older and rarer. Let's buy it out, because at that point, about 2 months into Sword and Shield, Japanese XY boxes went from about £50 to £100 a box to £400, £500, £600 a box. I am partly to blame, I think, when I noticed, hold on a minute, there's a few XY boxes on the market and they're really cheap. What if I just buy them all? And I did, and then not many really popped up. A lot of sets just never really came back. The ones that did come back were people were asking 5-10 times the price. So X and Y became the new black and white. And what's happened now that Scarlet Violet's out, Sword and Shield is the new Sun and Moon. And Sun and Moon is the new XY. That's how I see it. So when Scarlet and Violet ends, you're going to have like 2-3 months after that to then finish picking up your Sword and Shield boxes, which means you have another almost 3 years to pick up Japanese Sword and Shield, in my opinion. Like, it's doable, because the last 3 years before a couple months ago, you could pick up Sun and Moon boxes. You just could. There's only like 3 or 4 sets that were just really scarce. Early ones in particular, yeah, SM3H, SM1M, SM4+, those sort of boxes, yeah, they were tough to find. But the rest of them, like the tag team sets, were not, you couldn't put them in the same sentence as rare. Like these things were everywhere. They got printed a lot, and yeah, people were able to pick up Dream League Tag Bolt for 100, for a while they were £50, then for like 2 years they were £120 each. So people had ages to pick these up, and we're at this place now where you do have a while, you have 2-3 years to pick up your Japanese Sword and Shield. So my advice is, do it. don't miss out again, because it does feel good when you update your Excel spreadsheet and you notice that half of the boxes you got have doubled in value. I'm not even updating my spreadsheets that much at the moment, because it just feels like prices are just constantly shifting, and I don't feel like every time I do it, the next day it's a different price, the day after it's a different price. I'm waiting for something to just settle, or to fall, or to just do something other than just go bing, bing, bing. Bro, I can't keep up. I should be really excited, right? But I don't know. I feel quite nervous, to be honest, because I expect boxes to go to these prices, but just not yet. I knew Dream League could go to $750, but not yet. It feels really weird, because I could sell a Dream League box right now and buy a Thunder Knuckle or something, and that's just fucked to me. I'm like, what? How? But I guess you're talking about potentially one of the strongest Sun and Moon boxes. You look at potentially one of the strongest black and white boxes, it's not cheap. So relative to like their generations, yeah, Thunder Knuckle might be a low tier black and white box, and Dream League might be a high tier Sun and Moon box. So yeah, maybe you could say that's fair, but for me, no. Like, Thunder Knuckle was £600 2-3 years ago, whereas Dream League was £30 2 years ago. It's just a bit, and there's got to be more Dream League out there. You see the pops of Lily's Full Force, Rosa, cards like that. Like, these are high pop cards. So, and then you look at the chase cards of Thunder Knuckle, and then, you know, probably, I don't even know. But it makes me think, like, come on, guys, we've got some rare, cool product. It's not vintage, but very mid-era. And it's worth the same as this new box that's printed a whole lot more. Crazy. But fair enough. It's what the people want. Popularity goes a long fucking way. It used to be older, rarer, minter, better. Yeah, but like at the moment, no. People just aren't. People don't care at the moment. That's the thing. I'm someone that believes that older, minter, rarer, better, whatever, that shit is true. So like, I will continue to pick up vintage, but I will continue to pick up modern too. Like, I'm not just doing one or the other, because I think by picking one and only doing that, you will miss out half the time. Because when there will be times where attention shifts back to vintage. You know, for ages, for like 2 years, people only cared about vintage. 2020, 2021. So it's gonna be very interesting. I think that the attention could shift back to vintage 100%, but just not at the moment. This is modern's time to shine, and I should probably be selling into this hype, but I had plans of holding on to, say, Sun and Moon, for example, all those boxes for like 10 years, because they are only going to get rarer, right? And the people that collected Sun and Moon when they were younger are potentially coming back as adults with more money to come and buy some of these nostalgic boxes. So I just see good things in holding them for a long time. I may regret, you know, if things do retrace, I may regret not selling stuff, but I don't believe that boxes are going to fall below what they were in May 2023. So anything above that is a bonus, you know. Although the temptation to sell a Dream League box and buy a black and white box is very, very high at the moment.